Brian Kelly gets fired, and there just isn't any way in which there's realistic expectations. There just isn't. This is not the. I mean, again, you can listen to it as the coach telling you this, okay? But LSU lost to really good teams. That league has really good teams, and LSU's chose to do it through the portal. And on paper, they should be better than other people because of what they've done in the portal. But the problem is that the portal isn't always the way to win. It's really hard to put a team together to make them care. And so the win over Clemson doesn't look as good as it should. The win over Florida's fired their coach. The 3 losses, all to good teams in the SEC. Ole Miss on the road, Vanderbilt on the road, A&M at home stomps them, and they end up firing them. I think what's amazing about LSU football is this is much more in line with LSU football historically. That's just the reality. I mean, the guy who changed it was really Saban. And then after Saban, Les Miles had a bunch of, had consecutive 10-win seasons. But they're 5-3 right now. Even if Brian Kelly was to lose to Alabama, they were on track for another 9-4 year. And I don't think that's terrible. And it's like, look, dude, they've won 10, 9, probably 9 now. And that's the expectation. That's where they fall. And the only times that they've had these spectacular years, right? I mean, you had the Joe Burrow year. That's the most talented team maybe in the history of college football, if you look at what they had during Ed Orgeron's 15-0 season in 2019. Outside of that, Ed Orgeron won 9, 10. And then, of course, you had the COVID years and the ugly years at the end where he won 5 and 6. Les Miles had the 1 year where he went 13 and 1. And he had a couple coming off of Nick Saban. He had 3 consecutive 11-plus win seasons, but he had an 8, he had a 5, he had an 8, a 9, then finally they fired him on an 8-win year. This is actually and it's more competitive now than it's ever been. LSU is finding out that however you want to word what they used to do and the extra benefits they used to provide, it was generally seen as a cheater school. Now you're in the SEC where everyone can buy players. This Oklahoma, I said this when they joined the SEC. A program that's used to 10 and 11 win seasons is going to have to get used to 4 and 5 loss seasons. That's going to be the norm, not the exception. It's really that difficult. Alabama, same thing. Like they are winning games, and I was the guy who defended Kalen Bohr to start the year when they lost to Florida State, and they've won every game since. But the fact is that Alabama is a player or 2 away from having 3 losses and staring number 4 right in the face. It's really what it's like in this league. It's a super league, and you have to adjust otherwise. And the crazy part about it is that Brian Kelly has gone from a guy that seemed unlikable, seemed unrelatable, to, boy, I enviable. I guarantee if I ask Jay Stu, if I ask Dan Byer, if I ask Sam, no matter how much we love what we do, if I said you can't do that anymore at the place in which you work or wherever, you just can't do it anymore, but I'm going to give you $54 million to not do it anymore, you'd be like, okay. But we've reached this point of ridiculousness in college football. It started this year when you fired 2 coaches 3 games in the season. And now you're firing just anybody who doesn't win an SEC championship, and the expectations are as such. And the crazy part about it is you can continue to fire coaches whenever you want. You can't really fire players when you want. But it's also fair to say that Brian Kelly to LSU was a weird fit. And then you have people go, well, he's not recruiting anymore. He's not recruiting at the same level. Yes, they are. They recruit out of the portal. They don't do the high school recruiting. And it's just hard to build a team out of the portal. But what I think got LSU, what got Brian Kelly, is the depth of that league. Is that the last 2 years the league has been okay. And by SEC standards, it's been a little bit down. And now with the new ruling they've gone just all in money-wise, and there is way more talent and way more parity, and he's lost to 3 really good teams. It's hard for people to adjust to the fact that Vanderbilt is good, but Vanderbilt is actually legitimate and good. And that's because Vanderbilt no longer has the academic limitations it used to have, and now, that it's not cheating for them to buy players, whereas previously Vanderbilt had the reputation of they didn't do anything extra. I think that's what people are struggling to adjust to. The adjustment in where Vanderbilt sits in the grand scheme of things, and the fact that everybody's got players, and if you put yourself ahead based upon the fact that you were buying players previously, you're not anything special now, unless you just have more money than everybody else.